Greetings to all those who are watching this video. I am S. Muthupandishwari, Assistant Professor, Sri Kalishwari College. So now we are going to see about functional units in computer organization. So here the computer consists of 5 main parts that we all know, that input unit, memory unit, arithmetic and logic unit, that we can call it as ALU. And fourth one is output unit, and the final one is control unit. So this is what the diagrammatical representation of those 5 units. So here the input and output comes under the input and output device, and the arithmetic and logic and control unit comes under processor category. So these 5 units are interconnected by the interconnection network. So now we are going to see some key points. We all know that a program is a list of instructions which is used to perform a specific task. So initially the processor fetches the instruction from memory. It can fetch the instruction from the successive location, that is one after the another, and performs the decide operation that we have given. For example, we can add the given values or subtract it, or we can do any logical operations on the values. And we know that each instruction is encoded as a string of binary values. That is, we call it as binary digits, that is bits. It can hold zeros and ones, which is a machine language. So it consists of zeros and ones. So data are nothing but numbers and characters that we are used to perform some operations. So now we are going to see the 5 units in detail. So the first unit is input unit. So the computer accepts the code and information through the input units. For example, if we are using the keyboard to get the input from the user, so if we press any key from the keyboard, that particular letter will be translated into the binary code, and it will be transmitted to the processor to perform the decide operation. So we know that the example for input devices are mouse, joystick, microphone, touchpad, etc. And you can say scanner also. So the second unit is input unit. The second unit is memory unit. So here the function of the memory is nothing but it can store the data and programs. There are 2 types of memories, that is primary memory and secondary memory. So primary memory is also called main memory or random access memory. It is a volatile memory. Volatile means the data stored in the memory will get erased if the system switched off. And it is also a fastest memory. So the programs must be present in the main memory in order to execute in the processor. So the primary memory consists of a large number of semiconductor storage cells which is used to store one bit of information. So here a group of fixed size called words, that is nothing but if you have a 32-bit machine system, we can allocate the memory as 4 bytes. So that particular fixed size is called words. So the number of bits in each word is called word length. So the addresses are consecutive numbers. So we have to give the address to the memory in order to access the data. So here the addresses are consecutive numbers starting from 0. So memory is in which any location it can be accessed in a fixed amount of time or in a short amount of time. So the time taken to access one word is called memory access time. And the second one is secondary storage. So it is non-volatile. For example, we can say that it is hard disk, CD, DVDs, pen drive, floppy disk, etc. Why we say it is non-volatile means the data never get erased if the system crashes or it has been powered off. So it is used to store large amount of data and programs, and the access time for the secondary storage is larger. And cache memory. Cache memory is in between the processor and the main memory. So cache is nothing but it can store the frequently accessed data in this memory. So it is a short storage, that is, it is small in size but it has faster access. For example, if the processor wants to get the data from the memory, it will initially search the data in the cache memory. If the data doesn't present in the cache memory, then it will search the data in the main memory. So what are all the data that we are frequently accessing will be present in the cache memory. And the third unit is arithmetic and logic unit. So this is what responsible for performing the arithmetic and logical operations. So here the operands brought into the processor and they are stored in the storage elements called registers. So here each register can store one word of data. So if I am adding the two numbers, the two data will be present in the register and it gets added and also stored in the register. So it has a shorter access time than cache. That is, it means registers has shorter access time than cache memory. And the fourth one is output unit. So it is nothing but it sends the results to the outside world. So outside world is nothing but we can display our result either in monitor, printer, projector or whatever else. So it allows the computers to communicate with the users and other devices. So now I have get the input that we have seen the four units, that is input, memory, ALU and output unit. So here we are getting the input from the input device and sends it to the memory to store the particular data. After that we are sending the data to the ALU, that is arithmetic and logic unit. What are all the operations we need to perform on the data, we can make use of ALU, and after processing the result it will be displayed to the user. So this is all the overall flow of these units. And the final one is control unit. So it is nothing but the activities of the above seen units have been coordinated by the control unit. So it just acts as a nerve center. It sends control signals to other units and verify its states. So a large set of control lines carries signals, which is used for timing and synchronization of events. So here the control unit coordinates the 5 units, that is input, memory, ALU and the output unit. And it is also responsible for generating timing signals, which determines whether a given action has been taken place. And also the data transferred between processor and memory are also managed by this control unit. So that's all about the functional units in computer organization. Thank you so much.